Coming at you live from my home studio in beautiful La Puente, California. This is the All Dodgers podcast. What is going on, party people? Happy Saturday to you, wherever you may be. It is a coffee Saturday, as you know, as we do here. Don't read the mug. It says foul words. But we do coffee on Saturdays here on the stream now. That's a thing that's fun. That's a thing that's exciting. And I needed my coffee this morning because, well, I guess you don't wake up. But minutes before the stream, we see the Dodgers make a trade for a catcher. And you're like, why do they need a catcher? Who is this guy? Wait, who is this guy? Why do they need this guy? So we'll talk about the addition of Chuckie Robinson and what it could mean, why, I guess just general why. Listen, we'll be here hanging out, taking comments, all that kind of stuff on another edition of All Dodgers Live. Again, my name is Clint Pasillas. Find me as Real FRG on the social media. That, I would say that screen kind of doesn't fit. That's for a little bit later in the show. So let's update one right here. On the fly, but let's talk about this move here. So, according to Fabian Ardaya, a couple other people were on it as well. The Dodgers make a move for a catcher here. We got let's go ahead and throw that up on the screen there. Chuckie Robinson, who was DFA'd by the Angels just a few days ago. 30-year-old catcher, doesn't really have much in the way of major league service time, and he's a Dodger now for some reason. Add a catcher. Let's make sure. Nope, that's a catchers. Listen, I'm trying to do 8 things at once. I don't have a producer. I don't have a director. That's me. But yeah, anyways, Tyler Glasnow to the 60-day IL. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, Chuckie Robinson, a guy that I've never heard of in my life. Spent a lot of time in the minor leagues, of course. You see the numbers. Never really been somebody that is good, that has produced well, even as a minor leaguer. Like, yeah, he's a serviceable backup catcher, it feels like. But this is a dude who was designated for assignment by the Los Angeles Angels, Anaheim Angels, Anal Slime Angels. Like, this dude can't be good, right? This is a minor league depth move. Maybe they need some help to go alongside Hunter Fiducia now that Dalton Rushing is at the big league level. We'll find out more. I'll say this, and I do want comments from folks here on Alex Renteria said, where are you at? Come on, stupid ass thing. Here we go. There it is. Get an Angels reject right there. Hell yeah, that's what we're looking for, baby. We always want Angels rejects. That makes baseball fun, or some lie we're gonna tell ourselves. But yeah, this is the move. They make this move, and I'm hoping that it's not something else related to an injury at the big league level. Of course, we did see after the game, I'm going to talk more about this in a little bit. We did find out after the game last night that our friend, actually, I'm going to go back to this one here because this is the one I need, and let's turn off preview mode. We're back. That Freddie Freeman had aggravated his ankle last night. Of course, we know there's also a Mookie Betts injury. We're going to talk about both of those in just a minute, but the Freddie Freeman thing, I saw my buddy on the internet, Jacob Brownson, mentioning hey, this is the big brain, this is connecting dots and all this kind of stuff that aren't even there. But like, what if Freddie got himself hurt, he has to go to the IL again, and then Dalton Rushing and Kike Hernandez could place him first, and then all of a sudden they want another catcher? I don't see this path. I mean, Freddie stayed in the game, he was fine. I don't think it's anything we should be exceptionally worried about. But Dodgers had a catcher, and the other part people really loved about it. Let's go back to the screen again, because why not? We can just keep moving things. Tyler Glasnow to the 60-day IL. Listen, the amount of people that don't understand that it doesn't really mean anything at this point. The dude's already been on the 60-day, or it's on the IL for more than 60 days, so this doesn't affect his timeline at all. He's still, at least a week or two away from facing hitters, going on a rehab assignment. Like, as soon as he is ready, they can pull him off. This is purely a procedural move. It's just a move for a roster spot. Doesn't mean anything. Now, I do understand the perception, and I think that is really what's working against Tyler Glasnow here, because the dude has been glass. The dude has been injured for this team. Lots. That's what he does. So it does suck to just see it, to like visually see this with our eyes, that once again, Tyler Glasnow, the injury-prone Tyler Glasnow going to the 60-day IL. But, not a whole lot on this. Listen, this is a move, this Chuckie Robinson move. If it didn't happen minutes before the show, I wouldn't even be talking about it. I don't really care. You shouldn't really care unless there is an injury. But it is weird, and he is somebody, they can immediately DFA if they need to and create another roster spot when Glasnow's healthy, when somebody's healthy. Let's get into the comments here. Our buddy OCJ saying, got a backup for Fiducia and a flexible DFA. Look at that. Perfect timing there. Perfect timing on the same wavelength as well. I think we got a super chat from our friend Richie Flores. $1.99 super chat. Richie on the tarmac heading out on vacation. Catch your name, Chucky. What can go wrong? Oh God! As long as he doesn't have a knife, guys. If he has a knife, I don't know. This is a stupid way to segue into just doing what Diane tells you all to do, guys. Smash that like button for the show. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel already. It really does help out the channel. Appreciate Diane for helping us out in the chat. Try to push more people to help us. Sandman Logic Hunter is chopped liver. Then yeah, I mean, listen. I said it a little bit ago. If I'm Austin Barnes, I would like to have a word with the team. If I'm Hunter Fiducia, I'd be like, what the fuck do I need to do to get playing time at the big league level? And again, it's just such a weird move. Why do they need another catcher? Why do they need another catcher? I'm very interested in seeing what Andrew Friedman or what somebody says about this transaction a little bit later. It doesn't really cost anything. It's a waiver wire move, so it doesn't matter. Joe Mama says front office needs to stop shopping at the damn thrift store. That is what they do at their best. Our buddy Tim Rogers in the chat says, yeah, listen, it's a veteran 4A catcher. 4A is a bit of a stretch. We're talking about 51 big league games under his belt. Over parts of 2 seasons. He has been a big leaguer with the Reds in 2022, and last year with the awful Chicago White Sox. Hit a $129 last year, 272 at AAA with the Angels Salt Lake this year. So not terrible, but one of those guys, like, yeah, I mean, I guess you want to have him around just in case there is an injury, but What a weird move. What a weird move. By the way, our buddy Tim Rogers will be live on his channel after we wrap up here. Won't be a crazy long show today. We're just going to be hanging out. EB, Dollar Tree is better. Dollar Tree, mo better. Because why not? Great point from Diane. It costs $0 to subscribe. You guys should do that. Because why not? I do want to pause for a second. I want to tell you guys about this. Like I said, I like to make my Saturday shows now, my coffee shows. I enjoy my coffee. I mentioned this on the last stream. This is a really, really good coffee. This is Heritage 1857. This is the salted coffee. It's a Vietnamese coffee. If you haven't had Vietnamese coffee, it is very, very good. I appreciate it. I heard a few people from the show last week did check out their website, did end up getting some coffee. I would like to hear if people did get some of that, because I think it is lovely, and my opinion of the mug's opinion does not reflect the opinion of the coffee. But anyways, I just wanted to mention that, give a little shout where we can there for our friends at Heritage. Appreciate you guys letting me do that. So let's get to the original narrative of the show that I had baked in my head. Oh, Donnie Boy, is that instant coffee? Yes, it is instant coffee. They have the little packs. Great for a road trip, great for camping, great for the office or whatever. But they also have whole beans. They also have, regular already ground black coffee, which is also very, very, very good coffee that they have there. But the instant is pretty dang lovely. And this box comes with 32 sticks, as it says right there on the box. Elisheva Jones, before we get into the bad news for the Dodgers, which I don't know if we can consider this addition is bad news. Bring up a good point. Chris Oakey, veteran catcher, he's been pretty good, and I haven't seen any moves with him being not in the organization anymore. He's been more than fine for the Dodgers so far at AAA this year, being a second understudy when it was both Rushing and Hunter Fiducia there at the AAA level. So I'm not one of the guys. I have not had enough time to pay attention to a whole bunch of AAA in recent weeks, so I would definitely tune into Tim's show or check out our buddy Casey Porter as well. Both of those guys are great resources when it comes to the Dodgers minor league system. And again, Tim Rogers, Dodgers 2080, Blue Madness will be live right after we wrap up here on the channel. But good point from Elisheva Jones about Chris Oakey there. Kenny Chung with some Tyler Glasnow love. Listen. Again, the 60-day designation doesn't mean anything. I'm more annoyed at him going on the IL after just 5 starts. That's the thing that bugs me more about Tyler Glasnow. But yeah, let's get into the fun news that came out before the game against the Yankees yesterday. That's right, Mookie Betts with the fractured toe, stubbed his toe walking into a wall in the bathroom in the dark. Bro, you make a lot of money. You could have night lights in every room. But I just wanted to it's bad luck. Listen, the Social Distortion wrote a song about this team years ago. It says it's bad luck. And that's what this team has had this year. Despite all the success, despite the fact that they're still in first place, like, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all here. Mookie has the fractured toe. He's going to miss this series with the Yankees, which is something. Didn't really hurt them. There will be positive. There will be good vibes in the show. There's also going to be some voicemails, so stick around for that. If you guys want to call in now, 562-373-4095. Taking some voicemails on today's Saturday morning coffee show, Coffee and Dodgers for you if you're nasty. But yeah, you have the Mookie injury there, and this comes on the heels of, like we all knew it was coming, Evan Phillips, you are undergoing Tommy John surgery. We talked about that on Thursday, myself and producer Kevin from his kitchen, live from his kitchen. Evan Phillips, unfortunately undergoing Tommy John surgery. That finishes his 2025 season. It puts a massive wrench in his 2026 season, and after that, he is technically set to become a free agent. So I wouldn't be shocked to see the Dodgers pull off some sort of move, like they've done in the past, a Tony Gonsolin move, maybe some sort of 2-year deal, give him 1 more year beyond free agency, depending on what Evan is looking for, money-wise. But back-to-back hits there, and then again, like I already talked about a little bit ago, having the Freddie Freeman aggravating that surgically repaired ankle in that win against the Yankees on Friday night. It's just like, can the hits stop coming for this team? Because we already know they have over $102 million in payroll on the injured list, just pitchers alone. It is very much a snake bit season, and the fact that this team is still in first place in the National League West, and yeah, listen, the Padres have fell off, Giants have fallen off. It happens. That helps a whole lot. The Dodgers would not be in first place if it wasn't for those teams cooling down a good bit. And they're playing not terrible, all things considered. Can play a bit better. Starting pitching still a bit sus. Whatever. We'll call it a whatever job for Tony Gonsolin yesterday to still make it through. What did he get through? 5-6 innings, 5 runs, but found a way to kind of calm down and get some length out of that start, which did help this team out a whole bunch. But yeah, it's just, man, like, can the bad news stop for this team? Because it is beyond ridiculous. The Dodgers fear bathrooms. I don't know, maybe get, like, people have those little like accessories you could put on Crocs, and I imagine Mookie Betts as a Crocs guy. Take that however you will, but I think you can get like the little charms they call them. You could put flashlights on there. Let's get Mookie Betts some Croc flashlights for when he needs to go pee-pee in the middle of the night. Mookie, we got you. Listen, All Dodgers has got you. Wolf Mask Jack, my bro has a contract with Jordan, doesn't wear slides in his home. Slides probably would have helped. How you going around banging your toe? No, I get it. We've all banged our toe. Well, banged a lot of things in the bathroom, if you know what I mean. Hey, I'm sorry. The coffee's kicking in right here. The Gator Show asking, switching gears here. Why isn't Kim playing? That is a good point. I would like to see more Ha-Seong Kim. He didn't last night because Max Fried is a left-handed pitcher, and for the greater part, we're probably not going to see him face left-handed pitching for a good little while in his major league career. Do we like it? No. Should we like it? No. Will it change at some point? I don't know, man. You got to be able to. Dave's got to find a way to give him some opportunity, against left-handed pitching. That said, you also have these other dudes on the roster that you need to make sure you're finding playing time for. Your Miguel Rojas's and your Kike Hernandez, if you will. You need to get these dudes in the lineup regularly. And for the most part, Kim should and will be starting against right-handed pitching. Yeah, Mike Owen says, why is Kim not playing, especially with Mookie out? There you go. There's your comment there. They decided to go and pull the Miguel Rojas lever. I don't think Ha-Seong Kim is ready for Major League shortstop. He's still a little wild in his game. I don't know if other people are seeing it the same way I am. But that's what I see. I kind of see him just being a little, he's got a lot of speed. He's got a good arm. Needs to harness some of it a little bit. Got a super chat from our friend Noah Ortega. Noah, as you know, $1.99. Appreciate you, Noah, for supporting the show. And he says, never underestimate lettuce and the bathroom. Oof. Wow. It's not a boot of the comment. It's a boot of the concept. Because Dodgers, snake bit. My God. By the way, if we're talking about, for a second here, if we're talking about your boy Dustin May, lettuce guy himself. This is a wild one, and I'm going to throw this up because I didn't necessarily plan on talking about this, but I did have it prepared in case I did want to talk about this. He has never made a start. He has never made an appearance in the month of June because of all of the injuries. That is ludicrous. That is absolute insanity. A dude that has been pitching at the major league level since 2019, Dustin May, has never pitched in June. Crazy. Obviously in 2020, it was his only kind of full healthy season. And as we know, that season was a 60-game short season. That season did not start until, when did summer camp happen? In July, I think. Something like that. Remember when they called it summer camp? Remember when Alex Wood broke Max Muncy's hand or finger or whatever? Anyways, I just wanted to point that out if we're talking about lettuce and Dustin May and yada yada. I thought that was kind of wild, kind of insane to see. OCJ talking about Mookie Betts. He's a total crock guy. Yes, my dude gets it. Gator Show, thoughts and prayers for Mookie's toe. Guys, pour one out for Mookie's toe. I'm pouring one Heritage out into my mouth. I also saw the comments about Mookie dropped the bowling ball on his foot. No, he didn't. He very well could at home because he does have a bowling alley in his house. Humble brag. I think we got another super chat. There we go. Our buddy Francisco Diaz. Appreciate Francisco with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much, sir. It says Mookie told Freddie, anything you can do, I can do better. I can hurt myself better in the bathroom better than you. I messed up the song structure. That is my bad. It also says please come back or please get better. And also Francisco would like Mookie to move back to the outfield. Guys, Mookie's going to be a shortstop. Well, we're going to address that real quick. He's going to remain the shortstop for this team unless something like starts radically cratering for him. And if he was not the shortstop, who would you rather be the shortstop for this team? That's the real question, because it's not Miggy Rowe anymore, because we have a perfectly timed super chat, $2 from Wolf Mask Jack. Appreciate the super chat. My friend says, did you scream at Miggy's at bat last night? I listen. The quality is declining rapidly for Miguel Rojas this season. He's not playing well. He's not playing exceptionally. He's barely playing well on both sides of the ball. Defense is one conversation, but like read a situation to a strikeout, to put up the strike. If Dino Ebel signaled just hit a strikeout, whatever that move is, just like you're going up there, strikeout, don't swing. Basically, put the bat on your shoulders there, try to go for a walk or maybe a suicide squeeze or something like that. Another double play. This team loves its double plays. I will tell you that much. Going back in the comments a little bit here, OCJ say where bro's eyebrows when we're talking about that picture of Dustin May. Listen, he doesn't believe in eyebrows, good sir. Thank you very much. That's some good stuff there. Dustin May, Conan O'Brien must be long lost brothers. Hell yeah. JF, it's a little bit of a mugshot. It's absolutely a little bit of a mugshot. Listen, he's got his vibes. He's got his panache, his je ne sais quoi, if you will, and that is that is what he decides to do, is be like, I'm gruff and tough. I don't know, man. I'm just saying dumb words here. Joe saying it's not bad luck. Dodgers players are ridiculously dumb. No comment. But we've all stubbed our toe, man. Like, had a day off, maybe, imbibed a little bit of wine, maybe had some whiskey. I don't think Mookie drinks that much. I don't really know. Maybe had some tequila, even though the Dodgers didn't earn it coming out of Cleveland with that loss. I don't know. I think it's just a freak accident. It sucks. It happens. Freak accident. Find a few more comments here. Why? Oh yeah, that this is the other painful part. Going back to the Miguel Rojas thing. Why swing with Ohtani on deck? Gotta ask Dave that one. Let's see. What else we got here? We'll hit this one again because Diane is telling you guys to smash that like button for the show, for your boy here. Represent Clinton Nation. Appreciate Diane. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here so far on the show. And speaking about the show, I do want to talk Ohtani. But first, actually, I think it would be fun. We do have some voicemails. Let me get those set up for us here because I don't have them all the way set up quite at this point. But here we go. We got this. We are going to listen to our buddy Richie. First, we're going to listen to Richie, who is on a tarmac. He is heading out of town and going on a vacay. So let's hear from our buddy Richie.
Well, hey, Clint. Happy Saturday to you. By the time this voicemail is being played this morning, I'll be on a Delta Airlines flight at 30,000 feet up in the air. So
sounds happy.
Give me something to look forward to when I finally land. This morning, I thought I'd be ripping the Catman a new asshole. For the first 3 innings, he was shitting all over Dodger Stadium. There wasn't enough cat litter to handle all the crap that he left behind. But then the 4th inning came, and all of a sudden he found it. He started having command. He started putting hitters away. He started attacking hitters because when he had 2 strikes in the first 3 innings, he started nibbling, and you can't do that. You got to go after people. You got to attack. And he finally turned it around, and he gave the Dodgers a chance. So as much as he was responsible for the 5-0 deficit, for the last 2-3 innings, he gutsed it up, made it to the 6th inning, saved the bullpen, turned it around, and allowed our offense to go to work. And boy, did they ever. Shohei with 2 FU home runs, especially in the bottom of the 1st inning. And the offense came through. And for all the shit talking that we heard from all the Yankee fans, this was a revenge tour, and and all of the crap that Michael K on WFAN was talking about all this week, saying this was going to be a sweep. Well, like I said last year, everybody gets a chance, and you had yours, bitch. We got a ring, and you don't. But these are just 3 games in June, people. That's all it is. And yes, it's fun. It's the Yankees, and it makes it special. And this is the reason why we get excited. But at the end of the day, this is all I want from the Dodgers. This is all I want from the Dodger pitchers is battle. Go out there and compete. Put your best foot forward. Give your team a chance. And that's exactly what happened last night. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, Fuck the Dodger Stadium parking lot. Fuck the Statue of Liberty. Fuck Central Park. Fuck the Empire State Building. And for the love of God, fuck the Ghost Runner. See ya.
A sultry early morning version of our friend Richie Flores there. And yeah, let's talk about Tony Gonsolin for a second, because really just that outing, and we've seen a few outings from this team this year, from this rotation, a couple of guys, kind of Tony, Dustin in there a couple of times as well. It lends itself to sort of old school baseball, where if you didn't have your best stuff as a pitcher, you found a way to battle, you found a way to stay in the game and keep your team in the game, limit the damage. And it feels like we've been, over the last few years, maybe longer, let's say within the last 6 to 8 to 10 years, it's always the second somebody is in trouble, or the second a pitcher's going to face the lineup for the third time, they take him out or whatever. And seeing Catman battle, seeing him not have his best up, and again, still find his way to stay in the game, give his team a chance to keep it there. That's the biggest thing. Keeping it there goes such a long way for this team, and or for a team, for a bullpen, and that was huge. That was huge for Tony. That was huge for the Dodgers, and it helps set up the rest of the series now, especially with Landon Knack going, who hasn't been phenomenal. Him going tonight, he has not been great this season, and there's a chance the bullpen's going to have to get to work early. There's a chance we're going to see some long relief out of Luis Garcia or whatever. One of the things I was worried about was, having to burn Ben Kasparius for the rest of the series in Game 1, and kind of did there, because he had an up down. Didn't pitch 2 full innings, but still pitched across 2 innings. So, Tony, big help for our guy. For the roster and all that kind of stuff. Let's have another pause here, because I do have to tell you about the buttons I need. There it is. I think this is it. Where am I at? There it is. BetOnline. That's what I wanted to tell you guys. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. This year, baseball season, as you know, is in full swing. NBA, NHL playoffs, those are nearing the end. I think, if they haven't wrapped up yet. I don't know. I haven't got a new ad read here, but I can tell you BetOnline, either way, has more ways for you to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, and even live in-game betting while games are being played. They have the largest selection of odds on everything from MLB, NBA, NHL, UFC. BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering info. If there's not a game happening or you're between games, you can head on over to the BetOnline casino. They have all the top Vegas-style games, including poker. There's a live casino there as well. Check it out. BetOnline, the game starts here. And let's get back into some voicemails, because we do have our buddy Noah, and we have a new caller. I think we have a new caller. Let's listen to the new caller first, and we'll wrap with Noah, as you know.
Hey, this is Isaac Flores. YouTube handle is El Yaqui. Lifelong Dodger fan since 1980. Just wanted to talk about the other day, the Cleveland game, final game of the series for Vesia in particular. He got pressed into, I guess last minute because Tanner Scott couldn't finish it. But the thing is, if you look at Vesia's outing, that first batter that he faced, that he gave up the home run to, he throws back-to-back changeups to start the at-bat, 2-0 count, and then he throws the fastball that gets hit for the 3-run homer. But if you think about it, how many changeups did he actually throw warming up in the bullpen, and then comes out and he's pressed to throwing back-to-back changeups, and then has to throw that fastball that obviously was in a bad spot and get the 3-run homer? I think that we need to. I think pitch selection is an issue, and I don't know who's calling pitches, but that was the issue for me, was Vesia throwing back-to-back changeups when really that's not his forte. His fastball and his slider are his 2 best pitches, and he gets to throw his 3rd best pitch twice in a row to start the at-bat and then put him in a bad spot. Tanner Scott, is going to figure it out. I think that Max Muncy, his defense speaks for itself, and I don't know why in that inning, if we pinch hit Muncy for Rojas, why didn't we substitute Kim to come in for Muncy for defensive purposes, leave Kike at third, and put Kim at second for those final 2 innings? Just my 2 cents. Thanks for the time. Take care, guys.
Appreciate Isaac calling in. He had called in late on Thursday night, but I felt like that email or that voicemail still had enough evergreenness, some stuff we can talk about from that game still. And I saw a few people kind of bringing up the game calling in that game, particularly in that inning, and with Vesia. Yeah, we know Vesia is, he struggles with his command. Definitely, if you're listing his pitches in order of best, changeup is not at the top of the list for him. I don't know. I mean, maybe you're also trying to get the hitter off of the same sort of the same pattern, and I think that was something Dave Roberts had mentioned about Tanner Scott in that outing, is like he's a little too predictable. So changing that up quite literally with the changeup with Alex Vesia, because they both of these dudes being left-handed pitchers, you got a very similar enough pattern with fastball, breaking ball. So to change it up a little bit with that changeup, maybe that was the thought process there. But I still, to the voicemail, I still firmly believe beat them with your best stuff instead of trying to nibble around it. That's probably what I would like to see as well. JS says, caller, better knowledge than the Dodgers pitching coach. Hey, Mark Pryor is my friend. Not really, but I do like Mark Pryor. I see my buddy in here, my guy. Appreciate this dude on the internet, Jacob Brownson. Says Will Smith sort of has a reputation for being too fastball heavy when we're talking about pitch calling. Maybe it's an overcorrection, especially with Vesia's fastball being his best pitch by far. Great comment there. Great insight, guys. Give this guy a follow on the internet, by the way. Jacob Brownson. He does a really, really good stuff, including your pitch, your bullpen usage chart, daily, sometimes daily. That's what it felt like to me as well, like a bit of an overcorrection. And full transparency, at that point, I'm not watching like the pitches as intently as I used to anymore. So I couldn't sit here and recount each pitch, and each moment or whatever, but just kind of reading or getting the feel for it, thinking of the feel in that moment. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. I do recall, like, this doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem like, this isn't Alex Vesia. And Vesia can get away. Everybody knew what Mariano Rivera was throwing for years. Everybody knew what Kenley Jansen was throwing. Like, you can go there and get, if it's a good pitch, you should be able to get outs. That's just the reality. Stick with your good pitches. That's what we can say to button that one up, because I don't want to talk too much about Thursday's game. We should be happy, by the way. Dodgers still beat the Yankees, and that is, I believe that is a good thing for us all. Let's see where are we at right here. You know what we should do? We'll play. We got to listen to our buddy Noah, as you know. Then we'll have some more comments, couple final thoughts, and then we will get out of here. But here is Noah, as you know.
But what up, guys? It's Noah, as you know, and at the time of this recording, I am just finding out that Glasnow just got transferred to 60-day IL. Oh, my God. I am so over Glasnow at this point. Literally, I think he's done more damage than good, especially after getting out the quick innings, one for being a baby and then one for feeling pain. That drained our bullpen. This year, I'm pretty sure he's done way more harm than good. But let's be careful here, guys. Let's hold our breath. If you think that we should have Max Fried over Blake Snell, here's a friendly reminder. Literally a year ago, we were all praising Friedman for the signing of Glasnow, because keep in mind, he had a game when he threw less than 8 pitches and struck out 14 batters. So don't freak out about Snell, because we don't even know if Fried's going to be healthy. A year ago, Glasnow was awesome. Now, I can gladly say, and I want to be wrong, is he's a bust. we can't rely on him. So that's my thoughts, guys. We have Ohtani for another 8 years and 4 months of playtime. So we are set offensively for a while. Anyways, I can't say certain words here, so blank the Dodgers Stadium parking lot, blank Fernando Tatis,
What a
blank
good
Manny
man.
Machado, blank Soto, blank Jurickson Profar, and for the love of God, blank the Ghost Runner. See ya.
Appreciate Noah calling in there. What's funny, and you guys have been watching me for the last let's just say the last like 6 months of the show, and we're doing some of our prep, getting into the into spring training and just kind of laying out the team and, oh man, what are they going to do with all these pitchers and that kind of stuff. I a number of times was accused of like completely forgetting about Glasnow. No, it was more of I omitted him because I didn't have faith. I really did not have faith in him being around to help this team. Now, hopefully, injury bug happened now. Yeah, they tried to say, he tried to say this shoulder thing kind of came up because he changed the mechanics to try to take some pressure and stress off of the elbow. Maybe they've been, kind of going back to the lab to figure out the elbow, to figure out the shoulder, to figure out the mechanics, to find a way to keep him on the bump for the rest of the season. Because at that point, like if he comes back and he pitches for this team all the way through October, I'm fine with him getting, a 2-month siesta in the middle of the season. That much is fine for me. But it feels like a really tough ask to ask for him to go all the way through the season when he does return in probably late June is what it's looking like. Roy Estrada saying ready by July or August. July could be a reasonable time frame as well. Man. Sucks to be Glasnow, huh? Poor dude. And the thing that really does suck for him, man, is like he's trying. He's trying his damnedest to stay healthy. Some people's bodies just ain't built right. Shout out to our boy Darren Dreifert for that one. That's going to wrap up our voicemail section of the show. If you guys want to call in for a future show, you see the number there on the screen. It's also linked in the bio, all that kind of stuff. Call in, share your thoughts. The more voicemails I have, the more maybe even standalone voicemail shows we can do in the future. Before we do get out of here, Jacob also points out in the chat, Shohei throwing to batters at Dodger Stadium as we speak. How exciting is it going to be to get Shohei Ohtani back in the mix for this team? My body is ready for that one. Speaking of show, I did have one more screen I wanted to share. Two more, because how insane is Shohei Ohtani? Like the numbers. Hey, let's big this for everybody, because the numbers are just absolutely ridiculous here. When you're looking at the pace in which he is hitting homers, and I do worry, and we talked about this on. I spoke about this with Derek Lewandowski on Pinstripe Territory on Thursday. Check it out if you did not see that. We did Dodgers-Yankees series preview. He is, of course, the number one Yankees podcast. Love that dude. He is sharp as hell. Very, very great at his job. But he was asking, so what's sort of the plan when it comes to Shohei Ohtani and getting him ramped up and all this kind of stuff? It's like, look, they're building him up in season, but the thing I worry about is the offensive drop off, because right now, he is on another planet when you're comparing him to what he did last year, where he established his own club, being the 50-50 club, super close to the 50-50, 55-55 club, super close to the 60-60 club. Anyways, I just want to give a shout to Show when he can. $2 million. He's making only $2 million this year. What an absolute hero for this team to do what he's done so far this year. But yeah, I don't know. Just want to throw that out there. I saw the wait, where's that comment? Somebody said we need to get Glasnow some milk. Yeah, that would be good. Guy Smithson. Hey, this is part of a bigger problem in conversation. They need third base prospects. They have one that they don't believe in all with Cody Hosey. They do not believe in him even slightly, although he's not hitting as well as he did last year at AAA. But, whatever I should say. Show is amazing. Yes, he is, Diane. I could not agree more there. Roy Estrada asking what catcher did we add. We talked about that at the top of the show. A fella by the name of Chuckie Robinson. He was designated for assignment by the Angels this week. He did not play at the big league level for them this year yet. He played for the White Sox a bit last year. This is a dude who at the big league level over 51 games is a career 132 hitter. Not a very good player, not a very good addition. I don't know why they did that. One last thing before we get out of here. Just for everybody, the fun and excitement of it. It is Dave Roberts' birthday today. My friend Dave is what I'm going to call him here. We've got a picture from mine and Alana's sit down and chat with him in Arizona. We had wine and talked about the World Series for some reason days before they took off to Japan for the season opener. But happy birthday to Dave Roberts. It's nice to see fewer fire Dave Roberts from the chat these days. I think when you go out there and you win a second World Series, you get a little bit more leniency from the crowd and from the fan base. And again, Dave is he's working with what he has right now. Does not have a bullpen, does not have a full starting rotation. Thankfully, he's got a pretty dang good offense. And that helps out. So 53 today. Dave Roberts, 53 today, to the person NS asking how old Dave is today. He's 53, and he doesn't look a day over 70 after managing the Dodgers for the last 10 years. It's not bad news anymore for the Dodgers. Guys, that's about it. I appreciate you hanging out with me today on the Saturday, the coffee stream. Again, go check out my friends over at Heritage 1857. That was totally smooth. That was weird. I'm never going to do that again, but this shit is the good shit. And don't hold against the owner of this place or the guy I at least met, because again, this is not like a usual sponsor or whatever. This is a guy I met at Overlanding Expo, and I tried his coffee, and I was like, hey, this shit is bomb. Do you want to work together in some way? And he's like, I'm a big-time baseball fan. Don't hold against him, though, that he is an Astros fan. We talked about baseball. He has big love for the Dodgers, big love for Shohei and all this kind of stuff. Anyways, I just want to point out, support baseball fans, support small business. By buying that coffee, support the show, support small business by liking this, by subscribing to the channel, by telling your friends, telling your grandma, all that kind of stuff. Live next Saturday as well, I think, and live possibly Wednesday this week, or next week. So stay tuned for all that. Best way to know when that happens, subscribe, hit that notification bell. But enough talking. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the engagement on the show. I appreciate the voicemails, and very, very much appreciate the super chats. That is the best way, one of the best ways to directly support the show. The other best way, like I already said, like, subscribe, share the show, do all that kind of stuff. It does go a long way. All Dodgers is presented by Bet Online. My name is Clint Pasillas. Find me as Real FRG on the social media things. Follow me there if you want, or don't. Follow me here for sure. That does mean a whole lot. But anyways, all right, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.